Hello guys, I'm Ayush and you are watching a video on the very famous Pell's equation. Okay, and let us begin. So, what is the Pell's equation? It is an equation of the form x squared minus dy squared equals to 1, where d belongs to a natural number and d is not a perfect square. Why it is not a perfect square? It will be clear through this note. See, if d is t squared, then the equation reduces to x squared minus t squared y squared equal to 1, and that gives you x minus ty x plus ty equal to 1. So the only solutions on analysis you will found that x minus ty is an integer, x plus ty is an integer. So their product should be 1. The only possibilities are x minus ty is 1, x plus ty is also 1, or x minus ty is minus 1, x plus ty is also minus 1. So the solutions would be 0, plus minus 1, comma 0. So this is about the Pell's equation. Further, now if you get a non-trivial solution by hit and trial, then you can prove that the equation would have infinite number of solutions. This is because, see, what was 1? 1 was x naught squared minus dy naught squared equals to 1. So what is 1 squared? 1 squared is x naught squared minus dy naught squared, and this on rearranging will yield this. See, expanding this you will get x naught squared, cos squared is x naught power 4, plus dy naught squared, cos squared is d square y naught power 4, plus 2d x naught squared y naught squared minus 4d x naught squared y naught squared, and that is x naught squared minus dy naught squared whole squared. Once you get this value, name it as x1, and this value name it as x2, sorry, y1, then you can get x2 y2 again by repeatedly applying this process. Okay, so hence you have proved this. Okay, now moving on. Now let us solve the simplest Pell's equation, x squared minus 2y squared. Can you guess one? Now we have to guess a solution, and then we can get infinitely many solutions from what we have guessed. Okay, so solution here is x equals 3 and y equals 2. See, 9 minus 2 into 4 is 8, it satisfies 1, so 3 2 is the initial solution. So 3 2. Now what is this? X minus 2 y squared equal to 1 can be factorized as x minus root 2y into x plus root 2y equals to 1. Okay. Now putting the values of x and y, so you get 3 minus 2 root 2 into 3 plus 2 root 2 equals to 1. Squaring both LHS and RHS, we have 3 minus 2 root 2 squared into 3 plus 2 root 2 squared equals 1 squared. Okay. So we get so we get 17, that is this, on expanding this squared 3 minus 2 root 2 squared, we get 17 minus 12 root 2, and on expanding 3 plus 2 root 2 squared, we get 17 plus 12 root 2. Okay, so this also satisfies this x and this y, because 17 squared minus 144 minus 12 square into 2 is 1 again. So the next solution is 1712. On cubing, again you can cube it. 3 minus 2 root 2 cube into 3 plus 2 root 2 cube is 1, and you will get the next solution is 99 and 70, and moving on infinitely many solutions. Okay, next. Now let us solve another equation, and this time it's not 1, it's minus 1. X squared minus 2y squared is minus 1. Can you guess an initial solution? Yes, it's very easy. A non-trivial initial solution is 1 comma 1. Okay, so you factorize this. So x minus root 2y to x plus root 2y is 1 minus root 2 into 1 plus root 2, that is minus 1. Here you cannot raise the power to an even number. That is, if you raise the power minus 1 to a square, the minus will turn out to be 1, and so this equation would become invalid. So you can cube it, then that equation would be minus 1. So on cubing 1 minus root 2, you get 7 minus 5 root 2. So the next solution would be 7 comma 5 from the previous logic. Okay, and so this is the end of part 1 of the video on Pell's equation. For the next